Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a Divine Feminine reading. So we're going to jump into past, present, and future in love, life, and career. I guess I'll try and timestamp these things as we go, but let's dive in. And I'm going to do a Divine Feminine check-in for the DMs watching after, but I'll timestamp everything in the first comment pinned below so you can see the different categories. Okay, this deck is going to be for love, past, present, and future. 3 cards with some clarification. I'm going to use the Erotic Tarot to clarify all the different things because we are here for conscious love, and so that is going to be part of the kung fu that laces through our lives. So the Erotic Tarot is going to qualify the love, life, and career aspects because people on the twin flame journey utilize the sacral chakra as that area of expertise and path to mastery. So let's have a look at what we can get here. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through for the beautiful community that joins me here. What can we see for Divine Feminines in love, past, present, future? Past, ooh, present, future. Amazing. So that one also wanted to come out. Yeah, so surrender is at the bottom of this deck. So the key for this whole love reading is this surrender, the heart wide open. So somewhere in the past, feminines, you've opened your heart completely to desire true love. That is absolutely stunning. In the past, you initiated this flame. You lit your flame between you and connection to source that you wanted an inspired higher timeline, the real deal. Let's pull a clarifier on that. Actually, I'm going to shuffle these and then we're just going to pull off the top for every single one. So, oh my gosh, I was just told I need to shuffle this 8 times. I'm going to do a little bit of the shuffling. Maybe I'll timestamp. No, I can't because I already started that reading. Anyways, I'm not getting any fun messages to share with anyone. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you come here to hear me shuffle? Yes. Okay, split the deck, and now this one's good to go for the remainder of the reading. Nice. Okay, clarify. Ace of Flames. 3 of Roses. So that's 3 of Pentacles. This is the energetics. So you desired feminines to see more than just the physical, more than meets the eye, and to really go into the spirit-led, heart-led way of life going forward. Where's my guidebook? There it is. 3 of Roses. So, in the inverse, someone will notice if you slacken at this point, even if they appear to turn a blind eye and give you the benefit of the doubt. So you've realized, so what I'm getting from this is that you wanted to take your life to an excellent level, and that someone is the God in the sky, the proverbial, like, eye, 1,000, or the infinite all-seeing eye. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like you woke up to the idea that it wasn't about flesh and blood, but it was about your becoming and your growth as it was seen by God. That level of purity, impeccability, that level of navigation in this dimension. You wanted to fully live as though you were seen in your entirety. And to, I'm seeing a Garden of Eden, the return to the transparency of the Garden of Eden, before the fall, so to speak, that metaphor that we now suddenly had shame. So this is a desire to come clean, to become purified. Wow, beautiful. So that's what initiated your twin flame journey, feminines, What can we see for the present? Putting in the work. This is something, the specialist taking it to the next level. There is a crop circle in this one, so there are extraterrestrial energies at play, and also this next level stuff, this star-seeded cosmic energy coming in. What can we see for clarifiers with that in the now moment, in love and intimacy? So I just want to go back and say, because we're bringing in the erotic tarot, it does speak of the intimate connection that can be had when you do align with your truth like that. And we are getting 9 of Roses. So that's sovereignty. So it's also the Pentacles here. So we're getting the 8 to the 9. That's a nice progression here, going from desiring to specialize to really holding your own feminines and being codependency free. And so as you shift to these more cosmic missions and higher purposes and really bringing through your contribution in this life, you are coming in through that rite of passage that allows you to hold your own. Excuse me. Okay, so 8 of Roses. Wrong. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Come back, come back. There we are. 8 of Roses in the upright. A regular and reliable arrangement or resource. Sometimes we just want someone who can comfortably deliver. So this is like coming into the consistency and wholeness that you can depend on you, is what I'm getting there, feminine. So right now you're working on taking your life to the next level so that you can be that person that you are so happy to be in your life. Amazing. So what's coming up? Victory in love. How could there not be victory in love? You're doing the work, you're prioritizing what really matters, and this can be public recognition. This seeker card is my spiritual seeker that continually goes to higher guidance, goes to the altar for direction, accountability, because when you're put into a sphere of influence, you have more accountability, and therefore your connection to source deepens because you're in uncharted territory. So if you've been called to meditate more or tune in to higher guidance more frequently or as a practice in a more consistent way, that is because you are aligning. Eventually it gets to a level of praying without ceasing or constantly running those energies through you. And this is bringing you into more of a public awareness, being seen for your spiritual aspects. That can just be showing the world the real you, but it can also be the wisdom coming through you. But how is this connected to the, again, this energetic intimacy here? This allows you to take or leave connections and to show up as a sovereign being so that you're not losing yourself in a love relationship. And into the future with this recognition and influence and light in the world. What can we see for intimacy? I like how that hopped. Wow, Queen of Roses. So we got 3 of Roses, 9 of Roses. There's a developmental path here, and this Queen of Roses in the becoming. Now, this is my wifey card. This is my life partner card. It is in the inverted here. It's also my card of nurturing. So you are nurturing and cultivating yourself here as you seek higher guidance to take your life in a new direction. You're going to have victory with whatever you're being guided to do right now, feminines, because you are being led into more of this initiated timeline. That's that Ace of Wands. This is the soul-driven path. This is the flame path of mastery that's bringing you into alignment. But let's see what this Queen of Pentacles in the future. In the inverse like this, it can be also not necessarily rushing into marriage. It could be laying a foundation, focusing on establishing home or domestic scenarios before the next steps unfold. But let's see in the inverse. Remember, you can take care of yourself. Don't let someone smother you. This queen can be impossibly hard to please. Okay, so yeah, I'm just hearing until you find it in yourself, your masculine's not going to make you happy. So masculine's watching. Your feminine is still figuring out the things they can give themselves in the ways that does it for them. It's like, and not just physically, sexually. This is their way of life, their routines. I'm even hearing taking care of their body, their health, physical exercise, different things that your feminine is finding stride with that works for them as they take their life to the next level. And I'm even hearing like scheduling during the day, regulating their sleep, this new level of output that's coming as they rise into these new lives will require a different balance. Yeah, really interesting. Okay, so that's kind of the love portion of the reading. 11:36. Okay, let's get into the life portion of this reading. So divine feminines, what can we see for life advice here, just in general, you as a spiritual being in human form? What is it we can see past, present, and future that is relevant for my dear divine feminines to see as a growth path like we did for love? Wow, that's a cool thing. So we've got humility coming in, but I'm giggling because we got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups with the High Priestess. To do or not to do, that is the question. The High Priestess is a card of non-action. It came out in the now moment on my table. Mercy, humility, but a little bit of action. And we've got the yin yang going on. So let's get into this. Okay, so in the past, in your life, you've bottled up your emotions. You've been stoic. You've been too masculine. This is a king energy with a male on here. So I'm getting this cue, take gender how it resonates, but I'm getting this having to wear the pants in the family or be in too much of a masculine role that doesn't create ease just in your life in general. That goes hand in hand with asking for higher guidance, feminines, in how to be more passionate, softer, more feminine. And so there is a recognition here in the past that you had to grow up too soon, or to be too hardened, or to be too stoic in a way that was unhealthy. It was contrived. It was a mask. It was a trauma response or a support construct that is not your core being or alignment. It was a scaffolding you created out of necessity. Wow, we got the High Priestess. Oh, I said I was going to do, like, just take one off the top, but this insisted. Okay, so we're getting the High Priestess in the upright, the Ace of Roses, and the Six of Candles. So this is that victory card in love that's coming forward. So part of you having victory in love from the past was realizing you were carrying the weight of the world, feminines, and you weren't talking to anybody about it. The High Priestess can be zip. So yeah, this was a prosperous new beginning in your past, where you realized in your life you needed to make some changes, and you needed to soften, and you needed to stop being so reclusive within your being and so hard. It's like you needed to come out of your shell and really unthaw those emotions so that you weren't overreactive. You were actually more accurate or authentic with your emotions. This has been a process of becoming that initiated somewhere in the past. I'm going to just read what that new beginning was in this deck. So Ace of Roses. Great things begin with a single seed. Get your hands dirty and begin that project. If you make the first effort, the resources you need will materialize. I actually remember putting on my Facebook status way back in the day when I realized that I was too in my masculine and that I didn't like that position. I remember putting leap and the net will be provided as my Facebook status the moment I realized that. And that's kind of this message, is that you somehow back then realized you had to start making the first steps to come back into your femininity. And then we have right now this developing high priestess energy where you're learning how to have mercy, humility, compassion as a way of life, and when to take action and when to just be still and know. So there's a little bit of balancing to do here in life still. And because you're having to take action right now, and that's healthy, but it's also you trusting more and becoming more magnetic feminines, where you don't feel like you still have to do certain things in order to get by or to get what you deserve, or like a little bit of a chip on the shoulder still there that you might find in your circumstances is subtly being removed, where your perception is being cleared. It's like your lens is being polished right now. And so if there are still any remaining victim or blame storylines, as you're coming more fully into your autonomy, you're going to start seeing those ways that you're tempted to interpret what's happening through a kind of energy, instead of, oh, yes, this is me in my wholeness. I don't need that other thing that maybe in the past I thought proved XYZ. I'm actually good on my own. So that's the flip that's about to happen here in the present, or that you are undergoing right now. Let's see how that is affecting intimacy. So maybe this is just intimacy is taking a little bit of a back seat right now. We get Knight of Candles, which is the passion going towards monogamy. But right now you're learning yourself, and you're learning these subtle calibrations of where your alignment and attitude really honestly sit. Like, it's a very sincerely honest, not deluding yourself, really core look at your what is that word? Your reactions to things, your instincts, your initial responses to things. Knight of Candles, let's read it. It kind of fell out into the future. So it's almost giving me this energy of you're not focused on the sensual or romantic things right now in your life. You've kind of got this other curiosity about your own becoming and the way that you are seeing yourself now. It's like you're starting to see how much you are grounded and able to just breathe a sigh of relief in your life. It's like I can feel the divine feminines taking another layer of fear off of themselves that's been causing burden, or even outrunning karmic patterns. It feels like feminines, you're realizing that you can flip the way you're looking at things, and you get to decide if something scares you or not. There's a perception that you're working on switching. It's deep internal, and it has to do with where you find that of peace, versus if there's still any remaining sticking points inside that you know you could look at something differently and have but you're used to doing it in a more guarded way. There's a softening here, feminines. Okay, Knight of Candles. Make sure that somebody shows some care and responsibility in the midst of all the fun. It most likely won't be the Knight of Candles. Okay, so care and responsibility in the midst of all the fun. So right now, exactly, don't look for anybody to show you care and responsibility right now. You're coming into actually being really good with you being that for yourself. Sometimes when our root chakra is not healed, we feel like we need a savior, a rescuer, or a parent, or somebody to swoop in and do it for us. But this is you finding the resilience that feels really good, that you're not given more than you can handle. And when you handle what you're given, you are unlimited. That's the switch that's happening here. So it's almost like there could be a temptation for some to feel resistance about the fact that nobody's coming in to do it for. So really be on that edge, feminines. Give yourself the blessing of seeing yourself as authentically not needing to be rescued, so that you can appreciate when that stuff shows up wholeheartedly, because nobody has to do that. Nobody has to be generous or, even communicate to you. Nobody has to. Nobody's required to do that. It's always a blessing when anybody directs energy towards. Okay, what's happening in life going forward next? So Queen of Cups. This is kind of beautiful because this is deepening spiritual gifts and compassionate expansion here. What can we see for the sensual? Okay, we got Empress, Page of Candles, and Two of Shells, which is Two of Cups, love. The Empress and Page of Candles fell on the High Priestess. But Two of Cups, we do have the King and Queen of Cups that is the Master of Love, and the Queen and King of Love, I guess, both having these cups. So feminines, you are readying yourself for love. You are preparing. I'm hearing there may be things that you are being guided to begin or be conscious of in preparation. So this Two of Shells says, mutuality, merging, and a precious meeting of hearts to the exclusion of others. So you are preparing to go all in. I just heard honeymoon phase, and life is bringing you into a period of time where you are being entrusted with abundance in love and passion. And you are being made receptive and accountable by this journey. Okay, that's really beautiful, feminines. Let's now look at career. So I'm getting out the Starseed Oracle because it is all energetics based as we ascend, as we come into grounding into the things that really matter, the eternal energies, the metaphysical considerations. So let's see past, present, and future for 2350 for divine feminines regarding career, purpose, life path. What can we see past, present, and future? Past, present, future. Canopy energy is path change, paradigm shifts, and adjustments. So feminines, this journey, since you initiated this love journey, the desire for true love, it has literally taken you in new directions in your life. So in the past, we get correspondence, declaration, and telepathy, your spiritual giftings, your accuracy, your navigation with telepathy. I'm also getting, so not just with a divine counterpart, but being able to discern intention and internal alignment, or even motives in others, which has begun regarding career. It has begun to show you where you're in alignment with certain things that you might do for work, or certain workplace scenarios, or co-workers, or company culture. There's something about you waking up to the energetics of business, of money, of energy exchange, and really taking a hard look at if you were able to sort of get behind where you were at, if it made sense energetically. I'm hearing counting your blessings in ways that were going off your radar, but also realizing ultimately that you had a path change on the radar. How does the intimate connection with divine counterpart play into this? Chariot and Five of Shells. So this is the Five of Cups. This is leaving certain things behind and moving forward. So there was some sort of I'm hearing carrot on a stick, but a promise with these divine love relationships that went hand in hand with seeing that misfit energy with career or status quo or existing. Let's see what the Chariot says in this deck. It's somebody's first pride parade. Rainbows abound. The feeling of triumph when you've set yourself a goal and achieved it for all to see. This is a glorious moment of exhilaration. Onlookers acknowledge and admire you. Bravery and determination have paid off, though this is only the first step in a longer journey. Okay, so this can mean that you individuated from a more matrix or mainstream career path, that you made progress, that you excelled, that you got recognition. For some, you could have been very much been recognized as one of the top in your field, but it wasn't spiritually supporting you. There's something here where it could go either way. It could be something that you saw yourself exceed what you thought was possible, or where all of a sudden you had success and you turned on a dime and said, no, even that is not as fulfilling as it could be. And there does seem to be some sacrifice that you had to make to choose this higher timeline. And it had to do with what you saw was possible regarding love as well. I'm hearing you thought that it inspired you to become your best version of self. The love inspired you, and that was a self-critical aspect, that you weren't living your truth in the particular direction you were going with career. Okay, now moments we get angelic assistance, truth, salvation, and majesty. So you are beginning to redeem your gifts and talents. The things that you were doing when you had this course correction have now become more included. You redeemed those. So just like when we redeem the flesh, when we embody our spiritual self, we are essentially living in practical, realistic, grounded ways through the inclusion of our unlimited divine aspects. And so you have brought your gifts and talents to the forefront within your history as far as it concerns with your career. So you're actually adding value to the existing resume and including the things that you have, the skills you've already amassed. You are now applying those in genius ways because you're seeing how that can work with the energetics somehow. How is intimacy and love a factor in this process? Five of Candles. So we had the Five of Shells. That's the Five of Cups. Five of Candles is eliminating certain things that are no longer a fit. So yeah, only you know what is in alignment. So this is like calibrating your alignment, continuing to prune where you're putting your effort, what you are allowing to branch and grow. What does this card say in inverse? Don't cross a line. Yeah, so you now know what your path is, what your standards are, what your knowing tells you is aligned for you or not. This is impeccability. This is literally you in your truth. And so, yeah, many are seeing how this healthy boundaries and the way that you've been looking at your love relationship has lent itself to not putting up with things that are out of alignment career-wise. It's helped you value yourself, even your earning potential or monetizing yourself, I just heard, in a way that redeems the abundance and money story. Very good, because you've learned that you are incredible. You are an embodied divine being. And so now you're seeing in terms of what goes around comes around. What you put out, the contribution you give comes back in way of energy, and that can be abundance in the finances. The finances. Oh my gosh. Okay, going into the future. Yes, taking it to the next level. So Starseed Awakening. So we are starting to get a little bit of those Stargate energies coming in. I feel like this January 1st, when Mercury goes direct, it's going to be this wave coming in, almost like a galactic radiation. We do have the twins here and the connection space and the sovereignty, the particle and wave theory of light, but this is a cosmic level, 22, yeah. So cosmic heritage, galactic remembrance, you are going to get higher instruction, star-seeded wisdom coming in with your career going forward, and it does have to do with this union conscious alignment. So this can be counterparts working together, taking things to a whole new level, like a whole other jump. But what can we see for the intimacy here? 10 of Candles. Yes, this is like leaving the material realm karmic pathways behind, and both, you know, the 10 of Candles reduces to the Ace of Candles, which is that passionate new beginning. So we've come full circle to that Ace of Wands in the first part of this love. Like love encompasses this whole reading that's so symmetrical. But these 10 of Wands, when we've exhausted the karmic pathways of, you know, the mundane or the fated life, this is where we take that torch and we step onto the cosmic, the destined life. And that's why these star-seeded beings and collaborations and twins and counterparts are being incarnated onto the planet right now. It's so we can take it to the next level. And so we are leaving those, we're graduating from those karmic lessons, and we are lighting these torches for humanity. It's like the Olympic torch, where it's like larger than life. We're taking it higher here. So let's have a look. Yeah, so it is the humility, this alignment with the infinite. I just saw that card. Directional shift. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Okay, let's get into now the Divine Feminine check-in and see what are the Divine Feminines thinking and feeling at this time for their counterpart. Love this. This is going to be a long reading, I can tell. I didn't get any water. I'm also getting a little bit parched. I'm going to have this talk a little faster. Ooh, what does that? That card just flew onto my lap. 6 of Coins. Huh. I wish I could just get up and get a drink of water. The 6 of Coins was like, what goes around comes around if you don't get a glass of water. Oh my gosh. Okay, mind chatter. Hush. Only guides, divine, come through. Shut Meredith's brain off for a minute. What can we see for the masculines? So when I was doing the pre-shuffle, the masculine deck was coming through as helpful hints or tidbits of information that we can give to the masculines to assist in this unified motion. Okay, feminines. What are the feminines thinking of the connection right now in general? Knight of Swords and the Tower, they're not really talking about these major transformations that they're feeling and seeing the evidence of. They are seeing you, Divine Masculine, having come into a different frequency. You're showing up differently. Your actions are speaking louder than words. Ooh, I didn't do the timestamp for that. Somewhere before 35. Okay. Yeah, divine feminines are staying quiet about this rapid fire growth that is in real time. Each, like the tower in the inverse like this, I'm seeing blocks falling, and it's to the frequency. It's like life is speeding up. There are fast changes happening for the feminines internally. The constructs are falling. The feminines aren't talking about this, but they're feeling a softening. They're feeling a different alignment coming in. They're feeling the foundations of this connection shifting, masculines, so that it can be built back new and fresh on a new level with the slate cleared. Yeah, masculines. So keep doing your inner work. This is that card of specialization that we saw a bit earlier for the feminines with the crop circle in it. So this is the preparation for that higher timeline of collaboration coming in. Keep doing the inner work. There's a lot going on under the surface for both, and it's being matched. So we're going to be meeting each other as the new versions of each other on the higher timelines, which is beautiful. What can we see for the feminines looking at the masculines? Okay, they are continuing to do this internal. So Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, both in the inverse. So not talking a lot about the things that are brewing under the surface, but they know there is a public victory starting here. On this level, masculines, this foundation that's being changed over is showing the feminines that there is going to be this kind of public recognition. You will be associated more obviously in public awareness. So that can be friends, family, community, business. It doesn't matter what it is. It's something is in the works where the feminines know that there's a foundation being laid towards this. And this can also mean that valence jump, that the feminines are about to go to the next level of influence, that they see you as potentially meeting them there, because this is an internal process for them, and you have free will. They do see, when they're thinking of you, they are seeing this stuff, this unspoken stuff emerging, but they are kind of like keeping their eye on it. I heard eye on the prize, but they are aligning towards you. They are witnessing that while they align with themselves, it is appearing to bring the two of you closer in on this. What is the advice for the masculines? Keep shifting your paradigms, your mindset towards this. Your feminine wants to have progress. Your feminine wants to get into smooth sailing, not choppy water. And so just keep doing what you can to smooth the energy out with your counterpart. What are the feminines aware of on the heart space? Some blockage of energy that was keeping the two of you apart or had the illusion of walking away is being cleared. So there's some like some sweet spot that has been found, some in the nick of time type of a thing that's occurred is playing out. What can we see for you? Yeah, masculines, your eyes are being opened right now to something being illuminated to you that you didn't quite understand. It's like on the heart space, miracles. I'm getting a miracle energy from this, that both are starting to see that there is more going on, and that these connections have been more divinely guided than we first suspected. Like we knew there was something special about them, but now our physical world is really affirming that there's no walking away, and that there will be this path, this red carpet of energy rolled out if we just stay obedient to our intuitive guidance here. It's like, masculines, you're having your faith affirmed right now. Oh, on the heart space, what are the feminines seeing for the masculines, specifically on the heart space? Oh, there's that 10 of Wands that we just saw for the ending the karmic burden and getting these torches. But the feminines are seeing that they've got you and them on their heart in equal measure. And this is that card that talked about each overcoming the world's struggles. So they see you, masculines, hand in hand with them, going through this clearing in the physical of karma, of past lives, cleaning up, past relationships and careers and living situation. It's all being put to rest. The burden is being put to rest. And there is a born again kind of energy into a new, fresh start. Keep your emotions in check. Stay grounded, masculines. Allow this to swell your heart 10 times bigger than the Grinch's heart, because your feminine loves you, and you should be feeling it in the energy, in the connection. Actually, no more guessing, no more testing. This, for many of the masculines that are at least watching this, take heart, because a lot of the uncertainty or hesitancy that you had in the past literally was because it wasn't time yet. What are the manifestations the feminines are wanting to have here? Yes, there's that 2 of Swords again, that sweet spot in the nick of time stuff with healing this. Wow, I'm getting a countdown. This 3 of Swords, heartache. That song Charge It had break beats and heartbreak, late nights and break beats and heart. Oh, I don't know. I've been singing it for 2 days. It's so good. Botched it. Anyways, I'm getting this end of, like, finding the solution that ends the heartache. Break beats and heartbreak, late nights and heartache, something like that. Anyways, you get the drift. And I'm getting this countdown, 3 of Swords to the 2 of Swords to the Ace of Swords, which is like a New Year's countdown energy here. So feminines are wanting to keep manifesting, purging, seeing potentials, allowing the flow. Masculines, okay, communication, encouragement. So you are really impactful with the little things. Your feminine is very sensitive. Look at that. That is 1 Ace of Swords if I ever did see one. So 3 of Swords, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords. Masculines, you are this truth coming in, and this speaks of alignment. This speaks of that sword point coming in. So this is the manifestation. You're converging, you're meeting, you are coming into focus here. Something, whether this is just communication coming back in, or something going to the next level, or decisions being made. Heartache is being put aside, and there's this charging forward energy coming in. What can we see for the actions the feminines are taking? Death energy and justice, the transformation towards justice. There's that sort of truth. It's like my heart just exploded because we're seeing justice coming in. The feminines are getting this justified love of a lifetime coming in because they've done this transformation, but they're seeing this play out and they're seeing it arrive. So this can be the closing out. This can be divorces, legal matters. This can be financial matters. This can be anything that has needed to close out before these new lives are free and clear to go forward in a justified way. So feminines have doubled down on the resolve to get through this transformation. I'm hearing they're over the hump. So many of the feminines are past the midway point of the karma clearing and the growth that needs to happen. Advice for the masculines: don't worry about chances that didn't unfold the way that you had hoped in the past because it wasn't time yet. The feminines, just like you, needed to overcome the ways of the world, the wounding, the imprinting, the contracts, the commitments, that all needed to be cleared up. It wasn't a fault that you didn't access relationship and deepening of love in the past. This is saying don't don't hoard those few precious memories. Make room for daily new ones, masculines. So, you know, don't condemn yourself for not having been able to do that before. Your feminine is not the one that got away. You can cultivate new. This is a brand new day here. And this crescent moon, I think we are on that. One of my comments said we were on that yesterday, I think. So in real time here, masculines, let go of fear of failure or condemnation that you failed. It was all perfect the way that it needed to be. And now that we know what we now know, we can really make best of it. What is the biggest challenge for the feminines at this time? Keeping it in check, allowing things to be what they are, starting small, starting somewhere, being present, staying in this balance while there's so much going on. Look at all the multi-dimensional arms there. That's like multitasking energetically on all levels. What's the advice for the masculines here? Yeah, have hope. This is the destined path, not the fated path. Everybody on this path is in their highest timelines, their destined path. We have a fated path, and that is when we accept whatever comes to us and we don't really tap into that proactive energy. The destined path is when we see how powerful we are and how empowered we are and how much free will we do have to find and live and design, manifest our best lives. So this is the challenge right now, is staying present with all the things going on that we've asked for, that are coming in at once, converging. What is the solution? Emperor and the High Priestess again. So continue doing the things that you are guided bit by bit. Right now, feminines, the biggest grace period is to keep removing, keep polishing that lens. Remember, we got that message that the High Priestess is becoming blemish free so that they just magnetize, so they're not having to be in an overly masculine way, but we're including this masculine union within that allows the High Priestess. This is the softening. Continue softening and becoming receptive to love, where you don't have to have resistance in your guardedness. This is you putting down your guardedness. It's safe. You're safe. You are becoming safe. It's not because you're masculine in and of themselves is coming in and doing it for you and protecting you and making it easy, feminines. That's the very attitude that is being removed so that you can actually appreciate your external masculine fully, because you've seen yourself as somebody that knows yourself well enough to only make decisions that are good for you, but you're making them wholly based on your requirements. And so it's a fallacy that your masculine owes you anything. This is where you go from feeling like somebody isn't showing up for you to really resolving to be healthy as you can be. And then that alignment actually allowing a masculine to truly come in and make love and be received. And there not to be those codependent imbalances that will leak energy. It's like if you've got all your bases covered, you can play freely. It's like you can have your dessert and you won't go lacking because you won't lose yourself. So continue just telling yourself you're not disadvantaged. This is your preparation. This is your becoming. This is your sacred revelation of self to self, feminines. What do the masculines need to know about that solution? You'll be blocked until this happens. Part of this consummation needs to wait until your feminine is soft, until you have really seen your feminine as that divine aspect they are. Masculines, you will know, because there is a shift in the energy whereby your feminine is softening, and that is hand in hand with you seeing them accurately. They have been shrouded from you, masculines, until they could be receptive to the degree of love you can give them. You have not been aware of how much love you have to give, until your feminine has softened. It is going to be pulled from you, channeled through you. The floodgates will open, masculines, when the timing aligns. Beautiful message. Where is this connection going? 5 of Cups and 7 of Cups. So there is still this seeing the history, seeing the previous things as lending themselves. This is that redemption of the flesh, bringing in the energetic awareness of what can now happen to take things to the next level. The framework, this is like being grateful for how we got here. This is appreciating everything that's happened before. This is seeing through the confusion and actually being able to pull the specific lessons and wisdom teachings out of what has been experienced. Wow. So it's both the masculines and feminines right now. So masculines, remember, don't bully yourself for not having been more ready sooner. This is about also doing that same process of being so grateful for everything that's come before. Yeah, so right now there is a real authentic grieving period happening for everybody. I'm going to pull one card to assist that process. What can we see? Integration, release worries. So we are releasing worries right now by when we're clear on why things had to happen the way that it needed to. That you need to go to divine guidance for and ask and pray specifically to be shown, why did it have to happen the way that it has? That will help you release worries because you'll see the divine wisdom in why it played out the way it did. Commit to your well-being. So this is the chance to, anchor the healing to the degree that you're not treating yourself the way that you did through a lens of unworthiness. You are exquisite. This is your temple. Be patient with yourself. So this is a transition right now, and it is a preparation for union. You are growing. You are blessed. It is coming. Get your rest. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.